Here we are, another bootleg buster review, shall we say. I don't remember the number of the last one because it's been quite a while. Mind you, it's been such a long while reviewing a toy. And mind you, the last time I did it was in Australia when I did the so-called new Super Justice Avengers and Defenders, Mystery Defenders. That's it, if I can recall. Mind you, I'm going back to a long time. Yes, I should know it in my channel, but like I said, it's been a long time, and most of all, I'm back now, so this is it. The Justice League of Musicians. It's based on an old artwork based on, shall we say, my ego, Stenzler. But anyway, let's just cut to the chase. For doing this, we're sort of like, our musicians, our heroes, and our icons are dead, but they remain heroes in our hearts and souls. This is what it is, really. Got Elvis as Super Elvis, Prince as Bat Prince, Whitney Houston as Wonder Houston, or Wonder Whitney, call it what you will. And you got Tupac Cyborg, you got Bowie Flash, and you got COBAIN, as in Kurt Cobain with Aquaman. So yeah. So let's start with the first one. The first ever superhero icon of music, shall we say, Super Elvis. Hope you can see clearly here because I'm using 5 megapixel camera. Anyway, as you can see here, you ain't nothing but a hound dog bragging all the time. See, this was made out of a 5-inch bootleg multi-pack Power Ranger toy. Anyway, this was done on milliput. I was going to say super sculpted for a minute. It's all done in milliput. Mind you, all this was done in milliput. There was no super sculptor, no female clay, or none of that stuff. Because if I did it, I think the plastic would have melted and it would destroy the whole toy and value. But it doesn't matter. But anyway, I'm going back to old school, shall we say? So yeah, the width was all this was painted in acrylic, and also the details done in Posca marker pens, and the materials and of course felt fabric material that you get from arts and craft shops that you hot glue it to the side. Anyway, let's start with the second one. Everyone's favourite artist himself, Prince, the one that screeches like James Brown, but has, shall we say, enigmatic. I'll say it properly. He has an enigmatic look, like a Batman type character. That is so mysteriously sexy, seriously cool. So yeah, surprising enough, I didn't use Super Sculpt. I could have used it for the hair, but I just thought, let me just use milliput. And mind you, it came out so very well, if you can see here. Sorry about the wobble, people. I'm just sort of a bit lazy and sort of a bit knackered too. I had a very long day today, but let's not go there. All is done by milliput. The hair, as you can see here, mind you, that's the second time I did second time I did a Super Elvis. It's the second time I did a Bat Prince, because the first time I did it was a 12-inch wooden mannequin. As you can find out my Figure Realm account, go on Bootleg Busters on Figure Realm, so you can see more of my stuff previously. So yeah, all painted acrylic, detailed on the Posca marker, and also the felt was done. The jacket cape was done by felt fabric, of course. Yeah, as you can see. And this style of cape kind of inspires me from the old Star Wars toy from 1978, if I recall, where the toys came out after the Star Wars film came out in '77. And yeah, because I was gonna think of giving it a sleeve, but I thought it would be too long and too sort of dull, or too much. It would look something like this. Coming soon, the Purple Ranger. Yeah, like something like that. As you can see, it's quite too kind of baggy. So no. So let's go back to the main toy. So yeah, here it is, Prince Bat. Okay. It's not right, why am I singing the song? But it's okay, I'm gonna make it anyway. This is it, Whitney Houston as the Wonder Woman herself. Wonder Whitney, or Wonder Houston, because I put WH, but you know, you get the idea. This was quite a hard one to do. This is the last one I did out of the set. First I did first I did COBAIN, then I did Super Elvis, then I did Bat Prince third, then I did CYBORG, Tupac fourth, then fifth was Bowie Flash, and then this is my last one I did out of the set. I'm doing a kind of, shall we say, order of superheroes. Like the first superhero that ever lived was called Superman, then of course Batman, then Wonder Woman, then the rest came afterwards. So I'm doing it in that kind of order, just to let you know. But anyway, this was also done in milliput. The burst on milliput, that's always everyone's favourite, the breasts, because I always give them big breasts, surprisingly enough, from a 5-inch action figure. That's basically a male figure. And the face was done by milliput too. And I was surprised I could do this, because usually if I was going to do hair details, I was using female clay or super sculpted, but I have to bake in the oven. And like I said, I didn't use this because I was afraid I was going to burn the plastic, because sometimes when you use female clay or super sculpted in the oven, it will destroy the toy as well as the piece itself if you're not too careful, or burn it too much. Yeah, so I use milliput. It's like a dry air, 2 compartments put together. It comes like a dry air kind of base clay. It's rock hard. It's good for anything, for wood, metal, plastic, or anything that has a crack in it or whatever. These are my toys. I've been using this since 2005, so I'm quite thankful. I'm still with my old techniques, I would say. Yeah. Anyway, what was the acrylic? Wasn't too sure if I captured her Queen of the Night. Yeah, this kind of outfit was kind of based on the Queen of the Night outfit she wore in the Bodyguard film. Anyway, yep. all this was done in acrylic, really put, and some of it's done in, if I can remember, puffer paint now. If you can see the yellow on top of the, shall we say, I can't say it, but her metallic bra, or her wonder dress, call it what you will, it's done by puffer paint, the yellow bit, and I did it with white Posca bar, give that kind of extra glitter look. I was going to put dog tag for the necklace, but I thought it would be too long, so I put dots from Posca Barker brush. And mind you, this thing will be gone after I review this, because this is actually from my dog tag, my actual bench dog tag, so I had to put this as a metallic skirt that she wears in the Queen of the Night video. So this will be gone as soon as this review is finished, so yeah. I don't know if I captured her face, I hope you can see it probably, because this camera's really dull. But let me just zoom it in. That's it. I don't think it's too blurry. I don't think you can still see the face, but I did the best I could. But I like the whole breast and the whole gold bar, and I like the fact that they pushes out the metallic bar. I mean the metallic skirt. Sorry. As you can see here, there's the end of the dog tag connection chain. There we are. I always keep scratching the logo. As you can see, there's a bit of yellow from the original toy, but I should paint it over. But I just leave the logo over to let it say its word. You can go into top to right. Oh, here we are now, entertainers. Here we are now, entertainers of a stupid and contagious. Oh, enough singing now. Let's get to reviewing. COBAIN. It's like a mixture of Aquaman meets Kurt Cobain, as we all know. Rumor has it under the bridge, eating fish and keeping squads as his pets and playing music and playing guitar. But that's just a rumor, because a myth. He lived in, if I can recall, in Seattle, where he was born and raised, I believe. So correct me if I'm wrong, even you people Kurt Cobain fans out there. He lived in Seattle, he got kicked by his mum's house, he lived under a bridge and so forth. So that's the myth of Kurt Cobain, if I can recall. Mind you, it's a homage to the guy himself as well, AQUAMAN. As you can see, the orange with a bit of hint of yellow, or the gold, shall I say, based on the Aquaman's uniform. I kind of made it look more like Kurt Cobain more than Aquabat, but obviously you can get the idea that, see, this has less kind of stripes, sort of making like an Atlantean. That makes sense. But this was the most simplest thing I've ever made, I think, because the hair was a bit difficult, but the hair was a bit difficult, face was a bit difficult, because I didn't know if I could capture him with the sunglasses or not. And also the stripes were quite difficult too. As you can see here, it looks like a full stripe. As you can see, I'm missing kind of a few stripes here. But like I said, I'm making try to look grungy and making kind of like a punk rocker from Seattle, or where originated, we did Nirvana back in these days. I should have gave him like an Aquaman spear, but I thought it would be too long making props. I should have gave some of these props like a guitar maybe for Elvis, or maybe a guitar for Bowie, or maybe some guns for Tupac Cyborg, or even a guitar for Bat Prince. But and of course maybe Wonder Whitney could be this could be a lasso, but like I said, I'm going to take this off after this review. So yeah, this is it. COBAIN, simply painting acrylic paint and Posca and detail Sharpies. So same with the faces of everyone has Sharpie marker, and here we are. All the young dudes carrying the news, boogaloo dudes carrying the news. That's right, it's David Bowie himself, as the Speeds himself, Bowie Flash. Whoosh, whoosh. Anyway, this was the most simple, second simple one I should say, because basically I painted the whole body red and his face white. I wasn't sure I was going to make it Caucasian or just like pale white, like a goth white, but I think this captures very well, yeah. I was originally going to put some foam pads around his shoulder, like his sort of a military thing, or I think on his costumes, but I thought it would be too long and too, perhaps, I'm a lazy artist sometimes, but you know, as you can see here, it looks almost like the Flash. He's lightning bolt to the side, that's with him, his logo, and of course his famous Ziggy Stardust, lightning bolt I think it's called, if I'm right, Ziggy Stardust, with the lightning bolt on his face, I believe, yes, without the blue of course, because there's a red and blue one, but I decided to keep it red and simple. And somehow when I leave it on, when I make it stand, it always gets fallen, which I hate. I have to put blue tag or at least a penny to keep it steady, but that's what I get for making customized toys out of bootleg stuff. But it's part of the job, and I get used to it, and most of all it's my passion, so what can I say? Stick with your passions, good things will come to it. Well painted in acrylic, the whole white thing was done in Posca mark, I'm surprised. And mind you, I didn't varnish these, and I should be varnishing them, but I'm scared of actually varnishing it, and the D's of the face will just melt off, because I had that kind of problem before with any art where it had Sharpie or Posca, and you put varnish spray on it, it would just melt off. But it's part of the, like I said, it's part of the craft. But one day I will develop it. Even with matte coat, it gets wet, so you can't win with varnish sometimes, so you have to balance defeat. And last but not least, California Love is the Thug Life himself, Cyborg Tupac. Or Tupac Cyborg, yeah, sorry, Tupac Cyborg. I got a bit excited there, so I'll go back to it. Anyway, this was kind of a fun but sort of clench fisting. Why do I say that? Because I put a lot of detail in this guy. Because I mean, come on, man, he's a robot. He's got loads of bling bling on his body. He's got the Thug Life tattoo. I hope you can see. He's got the Cleopatra. He's got the 50 yen tattoo in the middle. You can't really see. You see the 50 if you can. It looks like 50 volts thing. And that's it, yeah. And I put a few kind of acrylic details, like, because you know when you have dry acrylic, it comes a bit kind of blobby. So I put two in the back, make it like turbocharged or whatever it is on Cyborg. So yeah. Mind you, I did a graffiti piece based on this in Waterloo Tunnel, aka the Banksy Tunnel in Leek Street. So yeah, I wanted to sort of expand the idea again to make these musicians as like superhero as possible. Because I mean, it's amazing how in a few decades a lot of great artists died. People do die eventually, I know, but their artwork still remains the same and it will live on forever. Next generation upon next generation. It's one of the things, like, it's a shame that such great talent goes with just like that, but be thankful that they were here regardless. And the band was done by Milliput, which I'm surprised because I didn't think I could do with Milliput, because like I said, Milliput's such a very clay based kind of putty. So we say, yeah, two putty together and make it hard work. Because usually Super Sculpty and FEMA are very, how should I say, lightweight and very fluid, if you call it that. It's not so harsh compared to Milliput, but when you work hard, it feels like clay, almost like hard clay that can't break. So yeah. All in Milliput, all in acrylic paint, Sharpie marker, other acrylic scenario, yeah. I'm sorry if I sound too brief because I haven't done this in a while, man. It's ridiculous. I wish I made a career out of some of this. It will come someday, but to be patient. I'm still learning as we speak. So here it is. The Justice League of Musicians, Bat Prince, Super Elvis, Whitney Houston, sorry, or Wonder Houston, Tupac Cyborg, Bowie Flash, and Aqua Cobain. Thank you for watching Bootleg Busters. Be sure to subscribe our channel and Cheap Tunes at YouTube, and most of all, leave a comment, see what you like. Goodbye.